Hi, it's Gary. Welcome to today's video. Today it's my monthly check-in of pens that are inked up, but they're not in my everyday carry, or they're not there just for a specific video. Just really going to see, are they still writing, have they still got ink in them, and hopefully we'll be able to put some of them out to get them cleaned. So join me now, down on the table, let's jump on in and take a look at the pens. Welcome down to the table. So here we go, my inked pens for September of 2025. This paper, it's Rhodia paper, it's a dot grid. So it's a nice, usually fountain pen friendly paper. Let's turn this just around like that, there we go. And now we can start writing. So the first pen, fairly inexpensive pen this is a Hero 240. There we go, we've got Hero there branded on it. Very light feeling. I do like this colour though, it's quite nice. Like, is it a burgundy? And it follows all the way through into the pen. We've got a cartridge converter type feed, but it's one of them squeeze ones, so you've got a bar here which depresses that bag. Not that keen on it, but for what the pen cost, well, it's alright. I do like though, here, can you see that? With that different nib that we've got. Very nice. So let's have a quick write with this. It's a fine nib. Price wise, approximately nearly almost about $5 Aussie. The ink is Diamine Harmony. This nib writes really, really well. Hopefully you could hear a bit of that audibleness. It's fairly smooth feeling. The only thing which really puts me off this pen, it's this. I just don't like it. But that's a very personal choice. But for $5, you can't go wrong, really, can you? Up next, we're staying in China. Here we've got a Jinhao pen. This is a Jinhao X850. Very classy looking pen, isn't it? One you could quite happily take with you if you were going to a business meeting or something where you want to impress people. Looks a lot more expensive than it is. It's another one with a cartridge converter. Now we're back to a proper cartridge converter though. Got a nice green ink in here, which I've got to make sure I agitate because it's a shimmer ink. Coming down to the section, I do like this section. If you hold your pen higher up than I do, you've got some little guides there. Because I hold my pens fairly low, they don't really bother me. They're just there and I know they're there. So we've got here the Jinhao X850. This has got a medium nib on it. Price wise here we're looking about $12 Aussie. The ink, Diamine, merry and bright, and it's a nice merry bright ink. Then as it dries, you can already see it coming through. We do have a bit of a nice greenish type of shimmer to it. Staying with Jinhao, we're going to the Jinhao 100 Centennial. This is the blue version. It's like a marbly type colouring. Hopefully that comes through. Let me just move that page up a bit behind us. There we go. Cartridge converter. Again, I'm making sure I agitate this because the ink in here is also a shimmer ink. Now this is something I couldn't get it to actually go on. There we go. Now that body's going back on. Section, quite nice. Nice fit in the hand, this one. I really do enjoy the Jinhao 100s. I've got quite a few of them. But let's write with this. So this is interesting. We've got one here. Our first one that will not write. Going to give it a little scribble off. Let's just see if we can get the ink flowing. A couple of shakes. No, this one does not want to write. And that's the first time I've had that with the Jinhao 100. No, so that one goes into the clean out pot. Our next pen from Hongdian. This is the Hongdian 525. Love this green colour. Nice pen as well. Just going to go like this to show you around. We've got there saying it's a Hondian 525. The cap on this slips off. There we go, the cartridge converter. Let's put that back on. Section is metal and it does feel a bit on the slippy side, so that's one thing I do notice. There's a tiny lip at the bottom, so I usually get an idea when my fingers have slipped down a little bit. As I've already said, I hold my pens quite low. And there we go, there's a nib. Quite nice. So let's go for this one. So the nib on here, this is a fine nib. And it's a slight bent nib. By slight, let me see if I can get this into the camera. It is very, very, very slight. So there's going down, there's going across. So we are getting a slightly wider line there. Price-wise, here you're looking about 23 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Black Ivy. So this is a fairly dark ink. Then sitting on the top of it, it's got a nice, I want to say like a reddish sheen. Let's see that sheen coming through. Let's see if we can capture this on the camera, shall we? Not really seeing much, but I can certainly see it with my eye. So that's the Hondian 525. Two more pens in the under 150 Aussie dollars category. Next one, our last pen from China. This is the Mastodon M400. Coming into spring here, well, we are in spring here, so I do like this. It does remind me of spring, nice bright colours. Got the blue there for the nice blue skies with that marble effect, a little bit like a little bit of cloud in the skies. Another one with a converter. Another one I have to make sure that I agitate because there's a shimmer ink in here. Love the section, really, really nice and wide. Really comfortable to use. And here we've got the Moon Man or the Mastodon nib. The nib on here is a medium. Price wise, here we're looking about 33 Aussie dollars. The ink, I like this Diamine Sub-Zero. It's a nice blue colour. Then as it dries, we get this nice silvery type of shimmer coming through. Our final pen under 150 Aussie dollars. This is from Germany and this is a Faber-Castell Hexo. Why this pen doesn't get more love, I don't know, because this is really, really nice to write with. And I'm not going to say it's cheap. It's not cheap. It's 46 Aussie dollars, but it's really good value. Absolutely gorgeous to write with. Cartridge converter. I haven't actually bought the converter for it. All I do is I fill the cartridge that came with it with whatever ink I want. I suppose because it's all plastic, if you were feeling adventurous, you could try to eyedropper it. I've got no intention to do that, but you know, it's nice to have possibilities. Long section, nice long section with a nice lip down there at the bottom. So your fingers, if you hold down low, fit comfortably. If you hold up high, also quite comfortable. Then we've got that black coloured nib there, fitting in with the rest of the pen. Price for this pen, you're looking at approximately 46 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Good Tidings. Hopefully you could hear that as it was writing. It sings to you as it writes. It's really nice. It's such a pleasure to use. This is a sheening ink, so you can see there we've got a dark base, and as it dries, hopefully you can see it on the camera, we get this nice green sheen on the top. So that was the last of the pens under 150 Aussie dollars. Just dropping in to interrupt your regular programming. Would you like to help support the channel? If so, please consider joining as a member. As a member, you'll get early access to my videos. I normally upload them a couple of days before they go out, and as soon as they're uploaded, they'll be released to members. There'll also be a shout out at the end of the videos, and then as we get the members coming in, we'll actually chat among ourselves and work out what other perks, what other things you'd like me to add in. You know, would you like maybe a monthly live chat just for members? All down to us. So please, if you can, consider joining the channel. A link will be in the description down below. Now let's take a look at pens over 150 Aussie dollars. So we start with the That Pen Bloke fountain pen. So this is a handmade pen made by a maker over here in Australia. This material is called Something Special. Absolutely stunning to look at. Cartridge converter, there we go. Loads of threads. That material carrying on with some different colours coming through now into the section. And here we've got a Yoho nib. So we've got price for this. It's hard to give a proper price for handmade pens, but they're roughly about starting 190-ish Aussie dollars. But check out his website, contact him, he'll be able to give you a better idea for prices. The ink, I hope you could hear that as it was writing. It is really nice. We've got beautiful audible feedback. We've got beautiful tactile feedback. It really is a joy and a pleasure to use. We're going to take a trip to the US for the next pen. So this is a pen I often have inked up. It's really nice. I just love using this pen. This was actually a gift from a viewer as well, which was really, really appreciated. This is the Conklin All-American in Red Courage. So there we've got Courage, and that's in red. Love this white material. Another cartridge converter pen. There we go. Nice comfortable section. Again, fits nicely in my hand. The nib. So this is a Conklin branded nib. There we go. Another one. Gorgeous to write with. So we've got a broad nib on here. Price wise, you're looking approximately 210 Aussie dollars. The ink, Diamine Olive Swirl. Very nice ink. I really like this ink colour, and it's this gorgeous green. Then as it dries, we do see again, we're seeing bits of it coming through. A really nice green chameleon. Our next pen, going over to Japan. Here we've got the Pilot Elite, or the Pilot E95S. Another stunning pen. A little bit longer than a normal pocket pen, but I use this as a pocket pen. It's fairly light, it's fairly small, but once you post it, it's really, really comfortable. It's a really nice size. Unposted, you can just about use it as well. Cartridge converter. What I do with this is I refill the cartridge. Why I do that is it did come with a Con 40 converter, but this is very, very deep here. So by the time you've put your converter in, you can't actually see the ink levels. So to me, that was of absolute no use. Let's post that again. Wow, this is so nice. Just got to make sure I turn that around. Otherwise, that clip does feel a bit uncomfortable against my hand. So we got here and this is a medium. It's also 14 karat gold. Price wise, about 215 Aussie dollars. This is my most reasonably priced gold nibbed pen from Japan. And I'm having to really word it like that because I have got a gold nibbed pen from China, which was a lot cheaper. But with my non-Chinese pens, this is the cheapest gold nibbed pen. The ink. Diamine Grotto. Really nice extreme sheening. Very pretty to look at. So we've got this nice base colour. Then on top of that, to my eye, it's like a greeny gold sheen to it. 2 more pens to go. We are going to take a fairly big jump in price to the first of them. This is the Pens by Casey, and this is a Mokuzai 13. So Pens by Casey, he's another Australian maker. This is wood. It's very nice. This is a burl wood. Where this grows in Australia, it's about, well, the range starts about 100 kilometres from where I live. So, to me, it's a local wood. Just unscrew this. So, another cartridge converter. The entire pen lined with ebonite. So we get a good seal. We don't have to worry about the nib drying out. Section made from ebonite as well. Feels quite warm in the hand. Then here we've got a Yoho nib. This one is a stub nib. Who doesn't want to write? Let me just scribble off. Not sure why this is playing up. Could be because it hasn't been written with for a few weeks. That's why it's starting off a bit dry. Price wise, we're looking at approximately 400 Aussie dollars. But chances are that price may be higher because I've had this nearly 2 years now. Contact Casey if you want to get an idea of how much it would cost to have a pen made by him. He's got loads of materials. He's got a few different model shapes. Really worth having a chat with him. The ink is by Colorverse Giant Sunspot. So this is a nice, like dark orangey type colour to my eye. Really nice to write with though. Again, hopefully you could hear that beautiful audibleness as I was writing. The final pen, the lucky last pen. This is from Platinum, so we're back over to Japan. This is a Platinum 3776 Century. This is in black. Really classy looking, isn't it? Got the converter there. The converter came with this. In the hand, it can sometimes feel a bit short. You can post it. What I try to do though is just use it unposted. I don't like to post my pens, and it does feel a bit back heavy when it's posted. What makes this pen different is the nib. This is a 14 karat gold music nib. So you can see there we've got the 2 slits, which gives us 3 tines down at the bottom. The idea of this, it was to make it easier for writing musical notation. Now, I don't do that, but I love the line it gives. Again, it's got this like stubby type look. So let's have a look at this one. Price for this pen, about 461 Aussie dollars. You do pay more for the music nib. So if you want a Platinum 3776 Century with a more standard sized nib, you can get them. They are a bit cheaper, but for this music nib, I did pay extra, and wow, it was worth it. The ink. It's also a Colourverse Giant Sunspot. Interesting thing looking at this, the ink does look different between the two pens, doesn't it? The pens by Casey looks a bit redder, whereas the 3776, that looks more orange. So just line it up. Can we get all of them there on the page? If I move that slightly, yes, we can get a little bit at the bottom and the top. So this is it. These are the pens that are inked up in September of 2025. I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Do you do something like this each month? Do you go through your collection of pens that are currently inked up to see are there any that you can clean out and put away? Please drop it down below. What are the things that you use? What are the techniques you use to do this? Please hit that thumbs up button. Every time you like, every time you comment, just helps with the YouTube algorithm. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel so that you can get new videos as I release them. I'll talk to you again soon.